My name is Chris Kraul. I'm a freelance writer in Bogota, Colombia. Formerly, I was a full-time staff writer for the Los Angeles Times. My 22 years there included postings as a foreign correspondent in Mexico and Colombia. I've been covering Latin America for about 25 years now. The story I'm doing with the support of the Pulitzer Center is about the possible environmental impacts of a new $50 billion interoceanic canal that a somewhat mysterious Chinese businessman named Wang Jing has proposed for Nicaragua. He wants to dig a canal big enough and deep enough to handle supersized tankers and container freight ships that won't fit in the Panama Canal even after its expansion is completed early next year. I was asked by the editors of the Yale E360 environmental news website to go to Nicaragua and try to find out about the consequences that such an immense public works project might have on an area that is highly biodiverse and sensitive. The story was a challenging one because there is little hard and fast scientific information available on the canal's impacts. The Chinese developer did not complete a comprehensive environmental impact assessment study before starting construction, which is not standard operating procedure. Normally, before any digging or grading starts at a public works project of this dimension, the developer does months, if not years, of research along the project footprint, then holds public hearings to present the study and invite public comment. Instead, Wang Jing began construction in December and said he would present an EIA to the public this spring. What surprised me, frankly, are all the unanswered questions, starting with the project's impact on Lake Nicaragua, the largest freshwater lake in Central America. 1/3 of the 150-mile canal route goes through the lake. The big question for many is what impact all the dredging of the lake to make it deep enough for the canal would have on this strategic drinking water source. Planners expect the lake will increasingly be tapped for drinking water, not just by Nicaragua, but Central America in general in future years as the region's climate changes. There's also the issue of 5 billion cubic meters of earth that will be dug and dredged to make way for the canal. That's enough dirt to cover the entire state of Connecticut in 1 foot of earth. What will be done with it and at what consequence for agriculture and the environment and for Nicaragua's neighbors? The canal will also cut through 2 rainforests and a protected wetlands. And so some are concerned that the project could contribute to climate change and damage the habitats of rare flora and fauna. Nicaragua's neighbors, particularly Colombia, worry about the canal's impacts on Caribbean coral reefs and islands and complain they are in the dark about the canal and its details. The government of Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega has smoothed the way for the canal, justifying exemptions to normal planning hurdles by emphasizing the jobs it will create, the growth it will spur, and the poverty it will eliminate. But objections from scientists in the region and growing resistance among communities, especially indigenous groups, whose lands are in the canal's pathway, could doom the project. Some skeptics suspect that Wang Jing will never build the canal, but will limit construction to several less daunting sub-projects, including a free trade zone, new ports, and an oil pipeline. All this remains to be seen. Some answers should be forthcoming in coming weeks as Wang Jing delivers the promised environmental study, as well as an economic feasibility study that lays out how he will finance this costly project, which is another mystery in and of itself. Interested bystanders, not just Nicaraguans and their neighbors, but the scientific community at large, are waiting to see if the project materializes, in what form, and with what consequences to the environment.